the $10 million golden Luxor jet, and the $5 million golden Swift Deluxe helicopter. Well, still one of the most expensive DLCs of all time in GTA Online. This is Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1. Released June 10th, 2015 across all platforms, Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. And this was right after the heist DLC, so all that money you made on the heist, you could spend it all on a $10 million gold jet. So yeah, welcome back to your channel, welcome back to the series where we're looking at every single GTA Online update from 2013 to 2025. Counting down the days until the last ever GTA Online DLC this December. If GTA 6 doesn't get delayed to 2027, let's not jinx that. This DLC gave us 6 new vehicles. The Pegassi Osiris, one of the best ever sports cars in the game. And I'm listening to you guys. This time I added the prices for these vehicles because we need to look at how prices were back in the day. This is 2015, so we're starting to get up there with the prices a little bit. Of course, after the heist DLC, so most people are probably banking up some cash at this point. The Osiris costed about $2 million, $1.9 million. The Albany Vajero at $200,000. The Stirling GT, which was #1 in the sports classic category for a good few years, $975,000. The Windsor, which is a very luxurious Bentley, I think it is, $845,000. And then, of course, you have the Buckingham Swift Deluxe, $5.1 million. And the Golden Luxor Deluxe at $10 million. The two golden painted planes. Everyone was crazy about these two vehicles. We still are. They have actually decreased the price recently, but it was so hilarious and such a troll from Rockstar just pricing it at $10 million. They knew exactly what they were doing, and we couldn't even be mad at it, you know. You had to be banking on cash if you want one of these, and this was just the ultimate troll and waste of money because it didn't even give you anything. I think you did have a laptop inside and a little champagne you could pour, but besides that, there was nothing else about this. Wasn't bulletproof, wasn't explosive proof, it was just gold painted, you know. Massive troll, but one of the funniest things Rockstar has ever done. You know, if they did this nowadays, people would lose. People lose it. We got one new weapon, the Combat PDW, and the Luxury Weapon Finishes. And you guessed it, the Luxury Weapon Finishes was a crazy amount of money, $50,000, and just for a weapon, that is a lot. It cost 3 times the amount of the new weapon added in this DLC. You got 180 new clothing items, 12 outfits, and 15 new tattoos, as well as designer accessories like necklaces, earrings, watches. And this DLC redesigned all the websites. Legendary Motorsports, San Andreas Super Autos, the airplane website, it redesigned it more user-friendly. I gotta admit, it was terrible on the Xbox 360, but now it is very much improved. And for the rare unlocks in the special crate drop, you can get the fake Perseus t-shirt and some extra rare t-shirts in these crate drops that were still a thing in 2015 before they removed them. Now that was pretty much it for this DLC, but the reason why I want to make this into its own separate video was the vehicles. We got 2 of some of the best vehicles in GTA Online at the time. The Stirling GT, first in the sports classic category, which was #1, I think, for a good few years. I think up until 2018 when we start getting all of these revamped, remastered classic vehicles, such as the Turismo Classic. But the Stirling GT, a very fun a vehicle with personality, handled very uniquely like sports classic vehicle should handle. It sounded amazing, customization was pretty fun. Iconic vehicle right here.
It's the Stirling GT. It's our new best sports classic in the entire game, and it absolutely demolishes everything else. It's completely ruined the sports classics class, let's just put it that way. The Z-Type, which was our best sports classic.
But finally, the best vehicle added in this DLC, and #1 in the supercar category. Now finally, the entity has some competition, the adder has some competition, it's the Pegassi Osiris.
You can see there, the lap time that the Osiris got was a 1:02.061. The lap time that the Zentorno got, for anybody who can't remember, if you want to go back and check this, you can have a look in the Supers video. The lap time that the Zentorno got was a 1 minute 2.069.
Again, it wasn't as fast as the Eder was in a straight line, but the cornering, this vehicle just had perfect acceleration, perfect cornering. The downforce was on point. The spoiler added some downforce too. It handled really good over the bumps. The Osiris was a go-to. The people who were using that entity before are now using this vehicle. This vehicle, of course, being based off of the Pagani Hyra, an iconic vehicle at the time, very famous, and it's about time Rockstar made a version of it in GTA. And it had the competition, it had the speed to match the real-life comparison. It even beat the Zentorno, the previous best supercar vehicle behind the entity. Now, I think it was only by 0.6 of a second that it was faster, but it was pretty much on point. The Osiris and Zentorno went up against each other in every single race. And it made for some really fun races. Now, instead of the Zentorno, you could actually pick something else and be competitive. So Rockstar back to back with some new fastest vehicles in these past few DLCs. And the Osiris being one of my favorites, even still to this day. I think it needs a HSW upgrade badly because it's such an iconic vehicle and super fun and easy to drive. If you guys are watching all these videos, I recommend picking up an old car that you might have sitting around in your garage. I know my Eclipse Towers is filled with all the OG vehicles like the Osiris, Zentorno, Adder, Entity. So go get in one, drive it, feel how it feels to be back in 2015 GTA Online. Cars back then had some personality, they handled uniquely, they all felt different. And that's why I'm making these videos, to go back and see how it was before in GTA Online, how we all felt, how the updates feel, what did we get, how did we perceive these updates back in the day. And of course, if this is part 1 of all content gains, in the next video it will be part 2. These ones probably some of the more rich DLCs, meant to make you spend all that money from the Heist DLC that we got at the beginning of 2015. So I'll see you guys in that video.